Well, that is coming along. I just about have it. Thanks for the patience, all of you who are waiting for a lesson from me on the Earle of Salisbury. I have just about got it under control. I can almost play it, the darn thing. A lot of what's led. Oh, it is Friday, January 12th. Welcome to the weekly update. And I've messed around with this song for, well, 50 years since I first got the John Renbourn book back when I was a teenager. And there were always a couple parts in there that I just wasn't really happy with. And so what has really led to the delay on this, why do I start with excuses? This is coming up soon. I can almost play it, and I almost have decided on the best set of fingerings that I want to use. So that's what's some songs are really easy to knock out, and you can put a lesson together in a short amount of time, a couple days or something. Sometimes they take months, like this one. Anyway, so that's coming up. I got a lot to talk about today, though. Well, actually, I'm going to go into Renbourn for a second too, because something really cool happened this week. I started doing a little research into a couple of his tunes that I have in the book that are woefully inaccurate. They're just terrible. They're two of the flashiest ones. What am I doing? My Dear Boy and Another Monday. So that's got me really sidetracked because I found versions of those that were really accurate, and now I'm practicing my fingers to the bone, working on trying to play them. So more Renbourn stuff might be coming up in the near future. And as a matter of fact, this got me to get in touch with one of the biggest proponents of Renbourn's music. Was somebody I met about 20 years ago on a short trip to England, Clive Carroll. And hope you get a chance. Check out some of Clive's videos of him playing Renbourn tunes. I even just ordered a copy of his album called The Abbot that is him playing a bunch of Renbourn's tunes. So it's really neat to see somebody from slightly the next generation from John carrying on his tradition. So, okay, that was like one of about 15 things I want to talk about today. Let's go to the 3-minute challenge is over for now, but we are going to have to keep stuff like this rolling for a while. We're tossing around ideas of maybe we just do this every other month to have you report in, and then we skip a month. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. But we had 4 weekly winners that all got some kind of cool prizes. They were Peloton rider from the first week. The second week was N Crump, 93, I think. And third week was Carrie Spring, who, not coincidentally, is somebody I knew really well, a lifelong friend of my sister's, who has become one of our campers and stuff like that. This week's winner was Dean Fran. For week 4, which included the 9 days, Dean and all of those people got either upgrades to their membership or a couple months of silver membership thrown in. So that's what we're having there. And we have a grand prize winner who is getting a silver membership for a few months and a private lesson. I'll tell you who it is. Julian, Juval2112, I think was the user. So the username. So we will be in touch with you about setting up a lesson. So think about what you want to learn in there, or what you want to work on with a face-to-face lesson with me. I don't know what part of the country you're in, but it could be Zoom. So let's see, we had a new, and I really got to thank everybody for all the comments about the 3-minute challenge. That was, just seeing what it really seemed like it got people starting off the new year on a good foot with playing the guitar a lot more. It certainly got me playing a lot more. I didn't record any of my times because I've been driving people nuts, there's only one people in the house other than me. But I've spent hours a day, many days, working on the same two songs, both of which are like 1.5 to 2 minute songs. So I've been trying to hide in corners where the guitar doesn't carry too far, but doesn't always work out that well. So anyway, but yeah, your comments on there about, how it kind of kickstarted you into the year were just really, really neat. So I love the fact that everybody, stayed so involved. Most of those, we got 20 to 30 responses each week of people kind of reporting in, and we got so many other great comments on the forum because of that. People kind of like are getting back engaged with the forum. Saw some great suggestions that I saw somebody asked about Jim Croce's song "These Dreams," which is of course a song I should have a lesson on. I've got that right here on this list now that I'm looking at. Somebody else asked about open G tunes, and I didn't get to the response there yet because I wasn't sure if everybody knows that we've got a whole pack of open G stuff and slack key tunes. So I was asking specifically about slack key stuff. And there are some really easy slack key tunes. The Molokai Waltz is probably the first one to start with, and then there are some more complicated ones, Hula Blues and Chemo's Slack Key, Radio Hula. What else do we have in open G? Water Song, or Jorma Kaukonen, some John Fahey stuff. Anyway, okay, so there's a lot of open G stuff here. I should answer that on the forum. And I want to welcome, we had a new member from Switzerland, Loek, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, it was Loek, who, kind of wrote in and let us know a little bit about what's going on. So welcome to the site, and I hope your playing improves. I think you said you might have been working on Babe, I Want to Leave You, which is, oh man, I could be crossing the streams here. But that sort of brings me to, let me see if there's anything else I want to get to before I jump into this. Yeah, one more thing. We did have a couple new lessons. We had Nesh brought us a couple of tunes, a Frank Sinatra tune, My Way, and then Bobby V, Take Good Care of My Baby. So he's brought us some oldies, one from the 40s, probably the 50s on My Way, and then 60s, I think, early 60s for the Bobby V tune. But nice throwback tunes. Boy, I've been talking a lot and not playing a lot. I should play something. Oh! And then I'll get back into the Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You story, because where else I'm going to go today, rather than into a tips and techniques. Okay, let's start the Marco story. I had a new student start yesterday, brand new, adult, never played guitar before, bought a guitar 12 years ago, and never took it out of its case till yesterday when he came to a lesson. And it got me thinking, something we've always meant to have here at TG was a blueprint of what to do as a beginner. And then I remembered that we of course have the free beginner's blueprint course that I had trouble finding today. So I got to work on that and figure out how to make sure that we have all this. So I'm kind of in the process of putting together a list, and you could help me out with this. Kind of like my top 10 songs of each little part of playing you need to work on. And one of the reason Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You sort of triggered this is that would be one of what I would call one of my first finger picking songs. And something else that led to this was I realized that we didn't have very good previews of this, so they didn't work. But now they do, so, well. And that leads me to, oh man, I'm going to divert again a second, into one of the approaches I really like to use for teaching is, the main approach that I would say would be my method of working with stuff is to use songs that you know to learn techniques that you can use in all kinds of different songs. And that means not necessarily working on a song to be able to play it from beginning to end and perform it on stage, as much as like that's all I expect somebody to learn from Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. You don't have to do this or the other little interlude that happens in there. It's really just to get the hang of arpeggios. You could be working on House of the Rising Sun, is the same thing. Hallelujah. So I'm kind of in the process of putting together lists of 10 songs, 10 lessons that people should work on in lots of different areas. There's like, those would fall into kind of the riff, those fall into multiple categories, but like one category would be just strumming. Learn to strum Brown Eyed Girl first and Lucky Man, really easy strumming songs. Then branch that out into more complicated ones where you're hitting bass notes, Teach Your Children, Mr. Bojangles. Then branch it out into ones where you're hitting more individual notes. Up to very complicated ones. Where am I going? That might be like song 10 on the list of 1 to 10 difficulties in terms of songs you play with a pick. Power chord songs. Riff songs. What else is in this category? Instrumentals. Excuse me. Starting with like Shades of Funk. Anyway, so I'm hoping to kind of have that assembled by the sometime next week, and just have a place where you can go and almost have a check-off list. There might be like 5 or 6 categories, and each category might have 10 or maybe even more songs that I heavily recommend you learn, whether you even like them or not. Here's another one that I want everybody to be able to play, but nowhere near from beginning. I don't want anybody to work on this. But I want everybody to work on this. So again, the method, the strategy is bits and pieces of songs to master techniques that will take you to all kinds of other songs. So there's my philosophy in a nutshell. We also are working on putting together some interesting packs of tunes, and I've asked my faithful, my devoted and fabulous assistant, my right-hand woman, Jamila, to help me with ideas for packs, 10 packs, 12 packs, 15 packs, I don't know. And so we're working on assembling some new packs, because I know that people really do. So, oh man, we haven't put any new packs out together for a while, huh? But anyway, so, and speaking of Jamila, so again, we've got a very small team of people that run this thing, and we're having a great time hanging out together. Speaking of Jamila, she had a birthday this week, so I should have planned this. You know, I should come up with an instrumental version of Happy Birthday. Okay, that's kind of it. I don't know if this is the best key. Let's make it ragtimey. Oh, getting back in the right key. There we go. Little birthday jam for Jamila. Okay, I think that is most of what I wanted to get through today. I hope. Let me double check my list. We talked about the 3 minute. We talked about the new songs. Talked about stuff on the forum, Renbourn, Carol, and my beginners project to get everything together for everybody. So, I think that is it. I am going to get back to practicing. And, oh, no, I'm going to give you one more thing. When I started working with Marco yesterday, what I really want everybody to be able to do is understand the notes on the guitar. The fact that, our lowest note is E and that all the frets are a half step apart. And it's really, really important to learn the natural notes in first position. So I sent him home working on a couple of chords, A minor and E minor, just strumming and pumping each one and trying to work on going back and forth, and really talked a lot about hand position. All this is in the beginner's blueprint, but also wanted to get the hang of the white keys on the guitar. E, F, and G on this string, A, B, and C, D, E, F, G, and A only on the 3rd string. Every other string has 3 notes on it. The B string has B, C, and D, and the E string has 4 because I want you to think all the way up to A. An octave, 2.5 octaves worth of natural notes that you should be able to identify on the guitar randomly. Show me the C's. There's one, there's another one up here. There's another one there. That's the same one as another one. Anyhow, all that would be really, really good to get down, is the layout of the guitar. And that, of course, falls into part of our guitar geography course that is one I really heavily recommend for everybody, too. But that's like Guitar Playing 101 is understand how the notes are laid out down here. I have a lot of students that still have trouble. If I say where's an A, they got to think about the strings. Let's see, this is E, B, G. What strings are going to have an A on it? Anyhow, we got to get over that. Okay. How's that part go? Wait a minute. I gotta brush up on that. That's a tune I wrote many years ago called Let's Get Packed. It's catchy though. It's coming back to me now. Okay, that is it for July 12th, I think. Catch you next week.